Hello and welcome to my first Tableau project. Today we'll be looking through over 64,000 lines of data from an insurance company and their sales for a year. So first I'll be telling you about myself. My name is Brad Hansen. I am a non-degree seeking student at USF. Taking physics and accounting classes. I already have a master's in math from FGCU. I went to Embry-Riddle for a bachelor's in computational mathematics, and I got an associate's degree at FSW. My goal is to be able to teach college level physics and mathematics, or go into the accounting field. So I'm still up in the air about my career right now. But right now I'm just an adjunct math professor at FSW. So here's our data set that our project was about. And I showed the very first set of data and the last set of data, but it goes through all the states. And you can see that there's 64,545 lines to look at. So that's something that you don't want to look at really, unless you really know Excel, but Tableau just makes it so much easier to get everything you need out of this data. Now, we're looking at the region, the state, those are self-explanatory, the salesperson that sold the kind of insurance, which is the next type, life insurance, professional insurance, auto insurance, etc. The date of that sale, how much it was worth, the invoice number so the company could track it, the state type of insurance. If you look at the table on the right, you can see the variable cost percent. Okay, so that is for each state, and that determines how much each type of the insurance costs based on the risk, I assume. Now, we actually didn't need to use the variable cost percentage, variable cost, and contribution margin for this project. We're just learning how to organize data in Tableau. So here were our requirements for this certain project. So number one, there's some type of typographical errors in the data set in the region and insurance type fields. So they're basically just typos or spelled wrong. Now, I've seen a lot of bad explanations on how to do this, but the right way to do it is just press F7, and it gives you a list of words that are wrong and what they might actually are supposed to be spelled. And you just click on whichever one is right and press enter, and it's very easy to fix these typographical errors. And you just click through, and I found maybe 3 of them in this. Now, it could have been spelled wrong multiple times, but there were only 3 words that were spelled wrong. Also, you have to notice sometimes it'll try to fix a word that's not supposed to be fixed. You just press no for those, so it's very easy. Rank the states from highest total insurance sales to the lowest total insurance sales. Sort the data by high to low. Tableau does this right away for you. Very simple. So I'm going to show you that really quick in my Tableau assignment here. So right on requirement 2AB. So we can look at how much was sold in each state total, any kind of insurance. And you can see New Jersey has the highest of over 1,090,000, and Massachusetts has the lowest, which is actually kind of astounding to me. But all right, so that was number 1, or actually number 2. A and B. So what is the average amount of insurance sold per state? Again, we're going to refer to the Tableau app here. We're going to go to requirement 2C. And in each state, the average, as is shown on the right here, we can see for each state. And this one, actually, the number's not showing up, so you have to hover over it. It's interactive, so it makes it very easy. I actually really like Tableau after this project. It's way better than Excel. Now, I did try to do some of the calculations in Excel, but it just took too long and you have to go through every line of code. I'm sure there's an easier way, but I don't know VBA yet. So, all right. So, which state had the highest average? That was New York. And which state had the lowest average? That was Connecticut. And the corresponding, average prices or sales. How many insurance policies were sold in each state? So we go back, we're going to see 2D, it's right here. And we could see, now there's another equation that would do this for us, given the average already, and the total sales in each region. You could just divide or multiply the two, and you can get these numbers, which is what I did the first time in Excel. But again, Tableau does it for you, so what's the purpose of using something that's going to take a lot more time? So we could see here we have 1400, that's our max, and our min of 1230 for Louisiana. Do any of the states not meet the $800,000 minimum sales level? Yes, Massachusetts and Vermont, and those are our only two. So we're going to yell at those two in the end. So continuing on with the requirements, rank the regions from highest to lowest total insurance sales. So we're looking at the regions this time, not the states. That's the only difference. And again, we just go back to number 3 here. Northeast, Southeast, Midwest. Northeast did the best with 9.3 million, and New England did the worst, surprising to me again, with 4.8 million. Which region had the highest sales? We said that. And B, we also said. Who's leading the salesperson in each region? That would be Midwest, Dave, New England, Sarah, North Central, Mario, and so on and so forth. I don't need to read them all to you. These people get a raise, right? But maybe not New England. We might want to leave her out of the race. She didn't do good enough. 5. What is the total dollar amount sold for each type of insurance? Create a graph to show the total dollar amount of each type of insurance sold. So overall, looking at it, we can look at it right now. We see that every single one of them has professional insurance as the highest sale, which makes sense, and life insurance is the lowest sale. And this, since they're all consistent, is going to tell us that this is going to happen nearly every time for this company. So they need to focus on maybe bringing up the life insurance sales. These are all almost, I'm sure, capped. I'm sure they could find new businesses and bring it up a little higher, but they are always going to run the highest. So, requirement 6, I found really interesting. You can create a map that they already have built in, and it's interactive, so you just hover over each state, and you could see all the sales for each state. I thought it was wonderful. And you can see the dark red here, that is our highest sales, and the lighter it gets is the lowest sales. So our lowest sales were actually right here in this region. I know you can see my mouse. New England, right? And then we have all the other regions, which are probably quite a bit bigger, which is why they made more money in these giant regions. But of course the population here is huge, and maybe they had really good salesmen that worked there as well. So that's why the Northeast got a majority of the sales. Create an interactive dashboard to include the graphs you've created in 2 to 6. Okay, so I did that. We can take a look at it. If it loads. There we go. Okay, so I found this a little bit ugly, but it is very useful to put it all into one. Now, I'm sure there's a way to zoom in or out to make it look better, but it's still very useful because you can go from each tab here right to the file that you want, right? And then we can go back and go to this, our map. You can even, it's still interactive here, which is great. But let's zoom in a little bit and just take a look at it. At our huge sales states here. So like I said, it's very interactive. You can see where everything is, and you can colorize it if you want. So to make it look good. Eight, what trends or takeaways did I see? Okay, so I did talk about some earlier, but there's some extras here. Send the salespeople in New England to training with those in the Northeast, so New York, because they obviously know what they're doing. They're making a ton of money there. Hire more people in Vermont and Massachusetts. Again, maybe that's the issue. Maybe they don't have enough people to make these sales, or maybe the population's not big enough to where they can make these sales, and that's why that is proportional the way it is. Try to sell higher valued policies in Connecticut and more policies in Louisiana and Texas. So if you look at the chart, there was only 1,200 or something sales in Louisiana. If they got that up to the same number as New York, then they would be doing a lot better in Louisiana and Texas, which are at the bottom of the list because they had fewer sales, and which makes way less money. Give Dave, Matt, Mario, Jennifer, and Peter a raise. Tell Sarah that she could do better. And fire Chrissy because she did the worst out of everybody. Given that professional insurance tops everything, and life insurance makes the least revenue, maybe we can sell more professional insurance and maybe cut out more of our sales in life insurance to make the higher grow more and the lower stay about where it is. So all in all, I thought Tableau was just so much better than Excel, just because of how easy it is to use, and you don't have to memorize any kind of functions or anything like that. It does everything for you. It's drag and drop. If you have any questions, please let me know. Email address is bradleyhanson0@gmail.com or bjhanson@usf.edu. Thank you.